Hi and welcome! In this video we will go through the final chapter in the Maldraxxus campaign called The Empty Throne. Now, as a little heads up, I can tell you that I forgot to prepare this one, unfortunately. So the Empty Throne in the achievement gets ticked off at a different moment than the Empty Throne in the lore book. So this is just like in the Bastion campaign, so I'm gonna mention that when the time comes. But first let's have a look at the previous chapter and what we did. Ritual for the Damned. In your absence, the House of the Chosen suffered a fierce counterattack from the House of Constructs. Though your allies were able to hold their ground, Vyraz was wounded and Crexus was slain. Without their Margrave, the Chosen stand little chance of victory. Vyraz sent you to Orbos on a desperate gambit to rescue the house's missing Baron from the maw. Never mind. High Lord Bolvar gave you an amulet used by the four horsemen to help you track down Darien Mograine, who may know how to find the missing Maldraxxus Baron. After freeing the Death Knight, you were saved from an ambush by a broker named Venari. Venari knew of whom you sought and was willing to trade knowledge of his location for your amulet. She then led you to Perdition Hold and the captive Baron, who was revealed to be Alexandros Mograine, the Ashbringer. After breaking his bonds, you brought him, both him and Darien back to Orbos. Now, one thing that isn't mentioned but was part of this chapter is that Baron Vyraz was actually a traitor. So he betrayed Crexus, Margrave Crexus, and was likely involved in his fall. So we now we went back to the House of Chosen to avenge Crexus and to fight Vyraz.
Orders?
Let me just think if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. Okay. In death we are truly tested. Vyraz is the one who trapped me within the maw. He has long been in league with the House of Rituals and the House of Constructs. No doubt he intended to trap you within that hellish place as well. It is time he be brought to justice for his treason. Stand with me and we will face him as one. Confront Vyraz about the death of Margrave Crexus.
Trample our enemies. Leave
Vyraz!
The relentless pursuit of victory.
And as in the previous videos, whenever we received a rune, you would hear the voice of the Primus. So the relentless pursuit of victory refers to one of the runes you received. So claim the final rune. You have to do so in order for Vyraz to show up.
So the mortal returns, along with our wayward Baron. The constructs failed to finish you, and so did the maw. How disappointing.
Your schemes have brought about your own ruin. Now we will end you.
Foolish Mograine, always valuing loyalty over
Even
might.
in death we must
But
fight.
victory lies in one's choice of allies. And with their help, I now claim the mantle of Margrave.
I will bury my blade in your skull, traitor! For Crexus!
Time to avenge the death of Crexus.
I bested Crexus himself! You two are nothing!
We will avenge him! Here and now!
You want to make sure you dodge that, what was it, another cone area of attack effect. That one.
You cannot win, Vyraz! You are outnumbered!
Fool! All the houses of Maldraxxus stand against you!
So you want to kill these because they are giving him some kind of protection. Bubble you see around him. Something I don't understand is that Mograine says he is outnumbered, even though he has more units here. That's not quite right. Go to Virus.
Enough games! Guards, slaughter these weaklings!
Honorless coward!
Ashbringer, Marwalker, with me! The seat of the Primus is under siege. We must defend it!
Ashbringer with me. He's still there. We just leave him behind. So that little bastard, Virus, called in some help.
From Khan.
We are struggling to hold the line. We need to act fast. Just check which weapon I'm gonna choose. Not a sword. Okay, that's been chosen for us then.
In the name of the Primus, how goes the fight?
The door to the unknown. You empowered the final rune? Then we might yet turn the tide of battle. Open the door. We'll hold the enemy back as long as we can. Open the door to the seat of the Primus.
We'll hold the line. Open the door.
Now, this time the little green swirly isn't actually in front of the door, but it's right here. Unlock door.
Slay the mortal! Bring me that rune blade!
Raise your sword, Captain. For Maldraxxus!
The foes of the worthy shall be vanquished.
Hold back!
The seat of the Primus is ours!
That was awesome. That little pussy ran again. Virus. Okay, so we are now in the seat of the Primus. We finally enter it after collecting 5 runes. The rune blade glows brighter as you approach an old stone altar.
I am the Primus. Your presence within my sanctum means a darkness has fallen upon Maldraxxus and all the realms of death. Ages ago, the Eternal Ones punished our brother Zoval for his treachery. He was bound within the inescapable maw to be forevermore its jailer. Now I fear that Zoval did not act alone. I suspect he had ancient allies, and will seek to win others to his cause. That you are hearing this message means my suspicions prove true. Zoval has forged his chains into a weapon and brought about my defeat. There is but one hope to save the Shadowlands. The Eternal Ones must stand together once more before the jailer escapes the maw. Bring my warning to the Archon, the Winter Queen, and the Sire. They must see to our defenses. Do not let Zoval reach the Sepulchre. The Arbiter is the final key. Protect her, or all is lost.
Okay then. Another elaborate, could you call it a warning? Let's go with that. Another elaborate warning. In case he would fall, in case he would be defeated. In this case he disappeared. Cool. Inside Plaguey. Okay, anyway. As you might have seen, the empty throne has been ticked off in the achievement and we earned the Blade of the Primus achievement. But in the lore book it's still not ticked off. The empty throne is still in progress. So for that reason I will continue recording up until the moment that the... Let me click this one.
Loktar!
So up until the moment the team of the quest change. So this is still the Maldraxxus team. So I'm counting this as part of the Maldraxxus campaign. Not a part of the next campaign. Okay. Words of the Primus. Even in his absence, the wisdom of the Primus rings true. This message must have been put here to await one who would prove worthy, or who proved worthy, of hearing it. Draka peers at you. You came to Maldraxxus to learn why Bastion was invaded. Now you know that there is treachery in our ranks, and that there are noble souls here who will set things right. Tell your allies in Orbos all you have witnessed. See that the warning of the Primus reaches the Eternal Ones. It would be an honor to fight by your side again. Return to Orbos.
Strange
Eternal Ones. The jailer.
This is a dire message. Return to Orbos. Inform them that Maldraxxus will not strike at the other realms again. Our war lies within.
Okay then. So to return to Orbos you could take the flight path anywhere from Maldraxxus to Orbos. Once again I think it's faster to use the Dalaran Heartstone if you have it. Then just go to Orgrimmar and use the teleporter to Orbos. So Dalaran, Orgrimmar. Orbos. Alright then, now let's follow the waypoint to see where we have to go. Apparently we're not going straight to the Honored Voice because she's right here. Observer Kadalen.
The purpose brought you to us.
Welcome, Mawwalker. May you find your way in the purpose. May I ask that you keep it brief? I have tasks to attend to. I am glad of your return, mortal. I pray you are successful in preventing the advent of war between Bastion and Maldraxxus. Request of the High Lord. The information you uncovered in Maldraxxus should quell the drums of war between the Necrolords and the Kyrian. And this message from the Primus. Extraordinary. I would advise you to enlist High Lord Fordragon's counsel, but he appears preoccupied. Visitors from your world have come to seek him out. Quite insistently, I might add. The nuances of mortal interaction elude me, but it seems the nature of their dialogue was rather intense. Perhaps you can assist the High Lord with this matter. Speak to Bolvar Fordragon.
The Eternal City must endure.
Meet with Bolvar Fordragon and the visitors from Azeroth.
Please, Father. We need to know if our friends can still be saved.
You do not understand the risk, Talia. For me to peer into the Maw would mean...
I journeyed all the way to the realms of death to meet the father I thought was lost to me. Bolvar Fordragon, one of Azeroth's bravest heroes. I haven't asked a single thing of you since I was a little girl. The little girl you sent away. But I'm asking you this. Tell us if they are still alive.
My shining star, I will do as you request. What news?
Okay, so father and daughter reunited. Even through his scarred, molten visage, the emotion on Bolvar's face is plain. My daughter, here. I never thought. A glimpse into darkness. When I put the Lich King's crown upon my head, I wanted the world to believe I was dead. Even my daughter Talia. I thought a lie would be kinder than the truth. But she is no longer the little girl I left in Kultiris. I see my choice was a selfish one. Bolvar pauses. She and Lady Menethil have asked me to peer into the Maw to see if our allies yet live. It is a dangerous request, but one I cannot refuse. Help me focus on the broken helm. Together we may find a glimpse of truth. Witness Bolvar's vision of the Maw. For that we get Seal of Fordragon. Which... about which I have mixed feelings. Or mixed, downgrade on critical and mastery. Then upgrade on... little upgrade on stamina and haste.
The broken helm still resonates with the power of the Lich King. The power of the Maw. Together, we can focus our sight deep into the Jailer's realm. But beware, do not lose yourself within the darkness.
Alright, focus on the Helm of Domination.
Whoever you are, whatever you want, I will fight you. You will not break me.
They have reached the seat of the Primus and discovered his warning.
Unfortunate. but of little consequence. Our eyes are everywhere. This nuisance will be dealt with.
That is all I can see. It is too dangerous to push further.
I could make out the Lord Admiral's voice and what must have been Thrall's as well. Their cries. Oh, they chilled me to the bone.
I did not hear Anduin, nor Bane Bloodhoof. High Lord, are you certain you cannot try again?
Not yet, Kalia. There is a price to be paid for such visions. I dare not attempt another so soon.
High Lord, this mortal bears an urgent warning from the Primus of Maldraxxus. They must see it delivered to the other realms.
Please aid them, honored voice. While I talk with the others, we must consider the implications of what we've seen.
Discuss the vision ticked off. So here's the honored voice again. And as you can see, the chapter called The Empty Throne has still not been ticked off.
There is much to be done.
A troubling vision indeed, but we must not give up hope.
The balance must be restored.
And just like that, it has been ticked off. So the chapter or the Maldraxxus campaign has actually been replaced with the next one already. The Growth of Ardenweald.
Trust in the purpose.
And if you look at the theme of the quests, it has also been replaced. So the next theme has been, or has come into place of the Maldraxxus campaign. So that means this
Your path is chosen.
video and chapter has come to an end. It was a rather short one. So after the cliffhanger of the previous video, we started this chapter by challenging Vyraz in order to punish him for his treachery and to avenge Craxus' death. Just before Vyraz arrived, we received the final rune that we would need to open the seat of the Primus. During the fight, Vyraz called in reinforcements to help him, and when we were about to get overwhelmed by his many reinforcements, Draka came flying in to help us protect the seat of the Primus. Our enemies were assaulting it during our absence, and once we arrived, our allies were holding the ground so that we could open the door to the seat of the Primus. In doing so, we heard another echo of the voice of the Primus, which said that the enemies of the worthy would be vanquished. Then some kind of defense mechanism activated and was firing huge beams of, I assume, anima upon our enemies. Little Vyraz, I like to call him that. So the huge beams made Vyraz pull back his forces. When entering the seat of the Primus, we heard another message from the Primus through some elaborate mechanism, and this message warned us that the jailer would try to break free of the maw in cooperation with some ancient allies, whoever those are. This should be, or the jailer breaking free from the maw should be prevented no matter what. To do so, the leaders of the Shadowlands would have to work together in order to prevent the jailer to breaking free. The Primus also informed us that the Arbiter is the final key, whatever that means again, and that she needed to be protected at all costs. Draka then ordered us to report back to Orbos and tell our allies of what happened or transpired in Maldraxxus. We were also to inform Talinara that there will be no more attacks on Bastion, because the war is an internal one. before he could actually report back, Overseer Kasher told us that some visitors from Azeroth had arrived to speak to Bolvar. Kasher also told us that the conversation seemed to be rather emotional, as far as she or he could tell. So yeah, the conversation seemed to be rather emotional, and when we arrived with Bolvar, it turned out that the visitor from Azeroth was actually Bolvar's daughter, together with, I think her name is Menathiel. Bolvar's daughter was asking her father to peer into the maw to find out if the heroes from Azeroth were actually still alive. Bolvar was rather hesitant to peer into the maw, but in the end he gave in anyway. We then interacted with the Helm of Domination, or at least the shard of the Helm of Domination, and we saw a vision. In this vision we heard how Jaina and Troll were being tortured, and in what we can assume is Torghast. Now, why am I saying this? Well, in the previous chapter, Venari, the broker, who saved us, told us that Azeroth's heroes would be held in Torghast. So yeah, we can assume that the environment that we saw during the vision is Torghast. Unfortunately, there was no information on Anduin or Bane. After that, Talinara and Bolvar agreed that we would have to inform the remaining leaders of the Shadowlands realms of the warning that the Primus gave us. So yeah, that means that in the next video we will enter the next zone in the Shadowlands and start the new campaign. We will go to the next zone called Ardenweald. This quest will be picked up from Talinara. And we will
be judged fairly.
Start the Ardenweald campaign. Until then, I hope you will check out my other videos as well. I'd like to thank you for watching. See ya!